Yeah, hi guys. I'm back. This is another video in my series on the Stoger Condor Tramp competition shotgun. I bought this gun less than 3 months ago, and it was obvious from before I shot it for the first time that there was something seriously wrong with the gun. There was some really unusual wear that was happening before I even fired the gun. It was real stiff, and I was getting some wear, which has turned into, basically a deep gash now across the this part of the receiver. And Stoger has a 1-year warranty, and they say that they'll fix any defective equipment, any defective guns. But before I send the gun back, I want to know exactly what's wrong with it. Otherwise, they could say they fixed it, but they haven't. It's easy to replace a part on a gun, but if the receiver has been manufactured wrong, which this receiver has been manufactured improperly, you just can't fix a receiver. So I decided to find out exactly what's wrong with this. So I've got a couple tools here that I've used to identify exactly what's wrong with this gun. This is the 1-2-3 block. It's a machinist tool that's extremely accurate. It's square within tenths of thousandths of an inch. And this is a machinist square. And it's also extremely accurate within tenths of thousandths of an inch. And when you check the machinist square against the 1-2-3 block, you can see that the fit is completely perfect. There's no gaps. There's no there's no edges showing. So this is to demonstrate that my machinist square is very, very accurate. So I decided to check the gun to find out, if there's anything that's not right with the gun. And in some areas, it's perfectly square. It's perfectly square across the top of the receiver in this area, perfectly square in this dimension. But when we get out here on the radius, where we have the radius, that's where I found that it's very much out of square, and that would explain why I'm having this extreme wear occurring on the gun. I found that the one radius is about 8 thousandths of an inch longer than the other radius, and I think you can barely see the gap here between the receiver and my machinist square. And when I put a gauge, and this would be 8 thousandth of an inch gauge, I can slide that gauge into that gap very easily. So this is the problem. And now I know, before I send the gun back to Stoger, that if I get the gun back and that hasn't been, well, I expect that they can't repair that. What they're going to have to do is basically replace the receiver. And this receiver has been made by Mr. E.R. Mentino in Brazil at the Stoger factory. So this is this is what I needed to find out exactly what was wrong with the gun. And there's no simple fix. If a little piece or a part is broken or manufactured defectively, it can be very easily replaced with another part. But when the receiver is manufactured wrong, then I have a gun that's not built to last. It's not built to even have been shipped from the factory. A good gun can last 20, a good gun can shoot 100, 200, 300,000 shells. And there's going to be obviously some repairs that might need to be made along the line, firing pins, maybe some of the trigger parts. But if the gun itself, the receiver, the barrel, if the real main parts of the gun are manufactured properly, there's a gun that can last 2 or 3 generations. This gun is crap. This should never have passed the quality control in the factory. This should never have been shipped. It should have been scrapped before it was shipped out. This can't be fixed. So I think I properly identified the issue with this gun, and from now on, I will, when I buy a new gun, I'll be taking a machinist square with me, and I'll be checking all the parts that are supposed to be true before I make a purchase ever again. So I hope that maybe this helps some of the people who are considering a Stoeger. Go take a machinist square with you when you buy your gun, because this gun is basically notorious for being either well made or being crap right from the get-go. And so I ended up with a crappy one. I'm going to be having it replaced. I'll let you know how it goes with my interaction with Stoeger on getting this gun basically replaced. So this is a mid-month video. I wanted to get to the bottom of what exactly was wrong with this gun. I've had this gun now for about almost 3 months. I've fired just over 1,300 rounds, 1,300 shells through the gun now. The gun has been shooting reliably, but we've got this 8/1000th of an inch issue. So I would expect that this wear is going to continue going down 8/1000th of an inch until the two sides of the receiver are equal in length. So hey, I will keep this information video series going on the Stoeger competition trap gun shotgun. I hope anybody finds it out. I hope somebody finds it helpful. Oh, so thanks for watching. Leave any questions or comments below. Enjoy.